Hello and welcome to a special edition of Powerful People on Power for Parkinson's. My name is Kevin Curtin and I am here with our lead instructor, Lauren Lewis. Hello, Lauren.
Hello, hello.
I don't know if you know this, but you're a returning guest. You were one of the first Powerful People interviews, so very few returning guests on the show so far.
Well, I feel honored and powerful.
Okay, great. Well, it is great to have you. It is Tuesday here in Austin, Texas. We're at the PFP headquarters. Just to kind of give everybody kind of a day in the life. Tell us what today has been like for you in PFP world.
Oh boy, well, I got up and went to my lesson plan for today. I usually take a piece of what I did on Monday and refine it for Tuesday because there are some people that take both classes. So I spent about an hour and a half changing the class, and then I came to class. We had a good 40 or 50 people.
Yeah, big class.
We had a nice class this morning. We used drumsticks, which is always fun because you never know who's going to get poked in the eye. Mm-hmm. And then I came back to the office. Did a video for Move and Shout. Then did another video for cardio. Cardio and
cognition.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And then
we have to tell Lauren
the
what
name of my
classes she's
classes.
doing. Yeah.
And then here I am, being powerful.
Well, we appreciate you being here, and it's and hopefully that kind of shows people how we make the donuts, because you come up with a lesson plan, you do it on Mondays, you do another class on Tuesdays, and both of those things, I think, in some way inform the virtual classes that thereafter thousands of people all over the world get to do at home, right?
Right. So the good thing is that by the time you see the class, I've already practiced it twice and refined it.
Yes.
So you see the best. Can you believe that?
Yeah, all the people in our classes, they're the test audience.
They're our test.
But I mean, I think that is something that's very valuable, because
Yes.
you get to see kind of what speed is appropriate, how well people do with certain things.
Right.
With drumsticks particularly, what Parkinson's, I'm joking, Heimlich, no.
I have CPR.
Okay, good. I knew I paid for that CPR training for our staff for a reason. All right, and swallow. Okay. Now, with Parkinson's, how can drumsticks be beneficial? What does that help with?
So drumsticks specifically, more so than the ball, which I use a lot. The drumsticks actually make you lift your body higher and more because you want to clap. Not just the ball you can kind of bring over and under, but once the drumsticks, you have to really lift that leg. And the other thing is, there's something weird or interesting about holding the drumsticks. It makes you just want to lift higher because
Totally.
you feel like you're like a superhero. You feel like your arms are just extending.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you hand someone drumsticks, everyone becomes Keith Moon.
Yeah,
It's
just so funny. It's just
yeah.
everybody opens up with those drumsticks more than anything. It's
That actually leads me to a question. So, one thing that I really like about your teaching style, and I'm there for 3 of your classes every week, is how integral music is to it. Both in terms of you use it for a great deal with cueing and the pace of the exercise and where the changes are and stuff. So I know that you love music. I'm going to ask you to go back into the mental archives here and try to remember, what was the first concert that Lauren Lewis went to?
I went to Poco.
Wait, what's Poco?
What's Poco?
I'm sorry, I'm only 42. What's Poco?
Please tell me.
Is that a
somebody
band
knows
or a
Poco.
place?
Yes, it's a band. They played at the Capitol Theater in New Jersey,
Okay.
Southern Jersey, and I can't remember. They were like, remember the slide guitars?
They're a progressive rock kind
They
of thing?
were
or
a rock,
something?
folk rock.
Oh,
they were
okay,
considered
okay.
folk rock. And it was a blind date. It was a first date. And I remember, so that was the first concert.
Oh, wow.
And I've been to some, I did just off topic, but I did go to both free concerts in Central Park I saw Simon Garfunkel, and I saw Diana Ross, who was awesome.
Oh, those
but
are
music
both-
is a great part of what I do.
Those are both legendary
Yeah,
things
yeah.
to see, especially Simon and Garfunkel in New York.
That was
This
great.
was original era before they split up and
Yeah.
stuff? Okay.
No, I think they already split up, but came back for this. I don't know. I don't remember.
Who
I'll
can
have to
keep
Google
track with those guys?
I don't know. But the reason, let me just go back to the music part because it's really essential, more for Parkinson's than for any other kind of classes that I've taught in my 40 years. I don't look it, I know. But in music, what I have learned since working with Parkinson's is music increases serotonin and dopamine. It stimulates the dopamine. So it changes your mood, or it helps give you a better mood. And the other thing that it does, which is really interesting, which is why I play music that from growing up. I don't play contemporary music. I play music that people know and can sing to, because that also stimulates a different part of your brain, and it puts you somewhere else. So even if you walk in and I don't want to be here, I'm in pain, I shouldn't have been here to begin with, or whatever.
Yeah, I slept really bad
I
last
slept
night.
badly, right? All those things. My medicine hasn't kicked in, or I'm off. Once the music starts, it's just really, really incredible how that can affect you. And suddenly I look better because the music has made them feel better.
Yeah, that's what that's what it's all about.
And that's what it's all about.
Your own image. No, I mean, the thing, the earliest uses of music that we know about, are cadences for marching,
Right.
and also for like kind of medicinal things like childbirth and stuff, like taking them out of
right.
the scenario. I mean, this is before written history. So
Even before me.
yeah. So even before that Simon and Garfunkel show you were talking about, so I mean, music really does keep people on a rhythm
Yeah.
and stuff, and so it is an
I mean,
incredible
it's used
tool.
for freezing.
Yeah.
It's, a lot of people use that they'll start a song
Mm-hmm.
to clear their mind, find a song they like. And that music, music does a lot.
Fantastic. So you mentioned New Jersey, and I did sense an accent.
I've already lost my accent, as most people know. When I first moved here, I was always talking about my mother, my father, look in the mirror. But since I moved here, I no longer have that.
And what do you call the kind of car that you order on your phone to pick
An
you
Uber?
up? Yeah, an Uber.
An Uber?
UBA. Yeah, that's right. Tell us about Lauren Lewis's early life. You were born in Jersey, or
Born
the city?
born in Freeport, Long Island.
Okay.
And at the age of 4, we moved to New Jersey in a snowstorm. I have memories of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because the snow was so high, I had to be carried into the house. Grew up in Englewood, stay in Englewood, New Jersey, up until college. Went to Syracuse. Go Orange Men! And then the rest of my life until 26 years ago, I lived in New York area. I moved here 26 years ago.
Wait, you left out, didn't you, for a short period of time, live in Michigan?
Oh, my first year of college, I went to EMU. Eastern Michigan University.
Yeah.
And talk about music. I left in my second semester because I met some people that I became friends with that had a band.
Uh-huh.
And I joined them for a month. I traveled with them to different colleges. I played the tambourine, which I like to tell people about because I taught myself. I'm a
Really? Self-taught?
Yeah, self-taught tambourine
You didn't go to
player.
the conservancy to
I
learn
did not.
the tambourine.
I did not. I taught myself to play the tambourine, and I sang harmony. I don't have a really good voice, but I can sing harmony, which
Sure.
is kind of funny. Not funny, but that's what I can do.
Awesome.
And I stayed a month, and I kept calling my parents and saying I'm failing out. So when I did fail out, they had a warning. But I came back and I took my my classes and my finals, and I actually did really, really well. So I transferred to Syracuse because clearly, if I can leave for a month or two and still pass with a 3.8, I'm in the wrong place.
We're not. No, we're not.
There's nothing wrong with EMU.
No, we're not casting dispersions on Eastern Michigan's academics or the people of Ypsilanti. Sure, they're fine folks.
They're very fine folks.
Lauren, too smart for you. online the other day, and I saw that there's another like online fitness personality named Laura Lewis.
Oh.
Oh yeah, what do you have to say to her? Get your own thing, okay?
Yeah, I was first. I know I was first. Wow, I did not know that.
Yep.
Laura Lewis.
Yep.
I'll have to look into this.
Yeah,
I'll get back to you.
Laura, if you're seeing this, change your name. Okay. But then how did life take you to Texas? Texas is where you started a family, right?
Right. No, I got married to a Texan.
Okay. That's
And,
it.
and he, from the moment we met, said, we're going to live in Austin. And I kept saying, who would leave New York? I mean, be serious. But we needed to regroup, and my kids were just at the right age, going into first grade and going into middle school. So we said, yeah, well, we'll give it a few years, and then we'll move back, because who doesn't want to live in New York? So that was 26 years ago, and I never wanted to move back. I really love Austin.
Wow.
Or Austin.
That's awesome. So, I think a lot of people who are watching this, they know you, as a fitness instructor. When did that part of your life take root? Were you interested in fitness and kinesiology and sports as a young person?
No.
No?
I grew up in a time where girls were not in sports. Girls watched sports. Girls cheered. I was a cheerleader for a month. I did a lot of things for a month, but girls didn't have sports, so I didn't grow up with any sports. I went to school. I was a college. I was a pack-a-day smoker, so that was a good background for exercise.
All right. Shout out to all the cigarette smokers out there. What was your preferred brand?
Parliament.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Right on.
And that's when the running phase came, and I started running, and I liked running more than smoking, so I gave it up in February 1982, and I've never had another cigarette since. And I started just getting into exercise. It made me feel better. I really liked it. I was a special ed teacher.
Oh.
I taught more than a month, but I only taught for 2 years, and that's because I didn't like the way special ed was dealt with at that time. You taught to the test, not the child, and that was just heartbreaking for me. So I couldn't do it. So I went into sales. We used to call them secretaries, but I was an administrative assistant, and I sold everything. I sold food, delivery. I sold eyeglasses. I sold contact lenses. I sold furniture, juvenile furniture and regular furniture. I did a lot of selling, and that's where I met my husband. He was buying frames, and I was waiting to speak to the buyer, and it was love at first sight. He couldn't see me. So that was the first time I ever said that. That's pretty funny.
Wow, that's good.
And anyway, and I just couldn't find anything that I could do. So I took my love of exercise that I loved, and I took my special ed background, and I combined them. I got a degree in exercise. I got an associate's degree in exercise, which included kinesiology, physiology, and anatomy. I took it with all the pre-nurses.
Oh, wow.
So it's all the pre-nursing classes. So, and it included communications, and which is where I learned to cue. And I combined the two and started teaching exercise. I taught kids. I taught football players in Long Island during their off season. That was great. I looked like Madonna in those old 1980s, like all the men behind her and the little woman in the front.
Yeah.
That was me teaching the football players. It was fun. And then anyway, one thing led to the next. I moved here, started teaching, started doing a lot of personal training. A lot. I would go to people's homes with all the equipment. I mean, weights from 5s to 25s. Everything, BOSUs and everything, and I still taught at gyms. And Nina and Susan, who started this organization, saw me. I actually trained Susan for a little while, and approached me and said, we have an organization that works with Parkinson's disease. And I said, good luck. I don't know anything about it. So they said, we'll teach you. So I said, all right. So they taught me all about Parkinson's, and I've been reading and studying and researching ever since. You know, I do a lot of research because I'm fascinated by it. So again, using my background and my love, here I am.
Yeah, so so there's a difference though between personal training and group fitness. You really excel, I think, at in a group fitness setting, which is
that's because I need an audience.
You need an audience, sure, but you know the thing about with Parkinson's, it's so important to bring people together, to combat isolation, to make people feel like they're, you know, in a space where they are understood and stuff like that, right?
Camaraderie and socialization, and just knowing that everybody is in the same boat at different, you know, everyone's individual, and that's true in any exercise class. But when you have any kind of limitation, it's just safer, better for your, you know, mentally, for your, you know, to be with people more like you.
Yeah. And we are able to, you know, bring people together. We have 13 in-person classes a week. You know, you teach several of them. But what I respect is that you bring a similar vibe to the virtual classes that you do. You know, my hope is that when somebody's watching it at home, you know, in Spoonsworth, Mississippi, or any other city that I just made up, they, you know, they feel like they're at a PFP class, you know, and
when I teach a virtual class, I'm looking at a camera. That's it. There's there's nothing to look at.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a camera, which is daunting. It's really, it's uncomfortable. So in my mind's eye, I see my class. I actually see their individuals in front of me. Like, I see alive people. Not to quote The Sixth Sense, but and I actually see them, and I can figure out what they would be doing. And I mean this. I think about, if I'm saying reach right, go left, I think about how I would say that to them. So you know, I do a lot of the cueing, even though there's no one to cue to, because I see them in my mind's eye, and it really helps.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of feedback. We love the people who are in the comments of our YouTube videos.
I love the comments.
Yeah, and you go through and answer so many of them. What does it mean to you to be able to interface with people who are exercising with you, but not necessarily in the same room?
It's very different. For me, it's very, very different than people in the same room. People that are in the same room see me week after week after week, and I see them. I can see them progressing. I can see a good day, a bad day, and I can just go over and talk to them. Obviously, on video, I can't see anybody, so I don't know whether they're progressing, or how they're feeling about it, or whether it was engaging or not engaging. They love the ball. They hate the drumsticks. I don't know. So when I hear comments, it makes me feel more connected. And there are people that comment every single week, and I feel like now I know them. And so they feel like my regulars. They're friends of mine. I know them. So I love the comments. I do respond to almost everyone that, the week after anyway. I love them.
That's fantastic. What about the rare criticism that comes online?
Do I get criticism?
Yeah, we have a recent one. It's a slow down.
Okay.
Lord, so this brings an interesting topic. Can you talk a little bit about what you know via research and experience about forced exertion, high intensity, forcing people to go faster than maybe what you see in in a senior living place or something where people are doing
Right.
a senior center,
So again, I like to research. I like to research a lot. In the last few years, first also my background, just my personal. I'm fast. I like cardio much more. You don't want to see me in a yoga class. This is the wrong person for yoga. So that's also my preference. I like cardio. And in the last few years, there's all this really interesting information on forced exertion and Parkinson's. So that forces you to move faster. It forces your brain to process faster.
Yeah.
So that's the new word is forced exertion. They used to believe it's just using treadmills or bicycles because that will force you. Now the newer research says you forcing yourself is just as good. So you doing this is just as good as getting on a treadmill and making you move faster. But also some newer information that's only come out maybe in the last year or two is that the forced exertion of moving fast triggers and stimulates the learning part of your brain, which I found fascinating. But for Parkinson's, if it stimulates the learning part of your brain, then that's the part that we use to retrain and reinforce the brain to do mobility or movement that you've lost because of the disease. So if you've lost the ability to lift or ankle flexion, moving quickly, either by jumping on your heels or rolling your fist or whatever, because it doesn't have to be specific. Once you've trained your brain to move faster, you're also training the learning part of your brain to work quicker and better. So it's all connected, and it's fascinating. It's really fun, and it allows me to do what I like to do, which is cardio.
Yeah, that's
And
fantastic.
I do get comments and people saying it's too fast, I can't do it. And my response to that is, you don't have to. If you're moving fast for you, then you're benefiting for you. You don't have to go at my pace. Turn off the video.
Yeah.
And do what I just asked you to do at your pace, and then put it back on. So if you can't do this fast enough, you've got the information. You know that I want you to kick each leg, hit pause, and do it at your fastest.
Yeah.
Put it back on, learn the next segment, and do that. You don't have to do it at my pace. That's not going to give you any benefit. It's your pace.
Yeah. And I just want to mention in context of Lauren's overall speed, we had an event where it was like a fun run type thing, and Lauren walked it at the pace that many people would run. I mean, is that normal for you when you go on a
Yeah,
walk on the trail or something?
Yeah, I walk a quick. People yell to me that I'm running. You can't pass me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had both hips replaced, so I'm not allowed to run anymore. But I can do low impact, so I walk,
Yeah.
which becomes high impact anyway. So.
Yeah. Walking 7-minute miles. That's great. You have a very interesting hobby or a weekly routine. Can you talk about the movies that you go see every week?
Yeah. Every Friday, and it's been 2 years now, exactly 2 years now. A friend of mine started inviting me, because she's off on Friday afternoons also, to horror movies. So we go. We've not missed. I don't think we've missed more than 3 or 4 the entire 2 years. We watch horror movies, and if there's
You watch new horror movies in the theater.
if there's nothing new, we'll either see one again that we really liked, or we go to one of our houses and go to Netflix and find an old one that we never saw. But we see horror movies every week, and I love them.
What do you love about horror movies?
They make me laugh. I don't internalize them. I'm not frightened by them. They make me laugh. I love the special effects.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just especially recently. The opening up of veins and things going through eyes. It's just fascinating to see how they do that. I love it. And I come to the office on Mondays after my Friday and discuss the movie I just saw.
Right.
While most of everybody here goes la la la.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that you are the person that a horror auteur is imagining is going to be seeing the
This
movie.
is
you know?
this is who we want watching.
Yeah, yeah. But I love it, and I'm not sure I understand it, but I sure respect it. So, what's another thing about you that the people who exercise online with you would be surprised to know?
Well, I don't think I have anything.
You don't think you don't have, yeah, okay. Okay. Maybe that you have a dog named Cowboy?
Cowboy, I do have a dog named Cowboy. He was sitting right here.
Come here, Cowboy.
Come here, Cowboy.
He's like,
Okay,
nah,
he's
I'm
not
good.
coming. He's a Great Pyrenees, and they're known for they can't be bothered.
Yeah, yeah. They don't listen to humans. He's
I
listening
do
to-
actually. There is something about me that maybe people don't know, and you know, I've been teaching a group exercise for 40 years, and I've been doing this for 13 or 14, and I love the exercise, but you know, there's a point where everybody gets burnt out, and you lose your creativity, and you lose just your drive why to do it. And I don't know if people out there know, but my husband died of a brain disease. He had brain cancer, and that's slow progressing, and then it gets very fast progressing. So when he first found out, he started coming to the classes, and he loved them because he felt like he was really holding back. He was really slowing the disease because he felt like he was still holding on to a lot of the concepts, the patterns, the sequences. And he did it up until he couldn't. So it was a good year that he took those classes. He came to watch the videos. He watched the videos at home. But that today gives me inspiration. That today keeps me wanting to get better and smarter and you know, more original and make it more fun. Because I have him in the back of my mind exercising and trying to make himself, you know, healthy again.
No, man, that's a beautiful memory. Do you have for anybody watching this who's gone through that kind of loss? I know that's not necessarily the kind of guidance that you are known for providing, but do you have any kind of, you know, thing that helped you that you want to share for people, or no?
In terms of working with someone with,
No, just dealing with the loss of someone you love.
well, I mean, it's heartbreaking. That's all I can say. It's heartbreaking, and you know, life is short, and especially if you know that if their life is shorter, spend as much time as you can with them, because it's short, and your memories are all you have at the end. So make great memories.
Awesome, that's beautiful. So the little known fact that I was gonna be getting at that had nothing to do with anything we just talked about was maybe that you did an improv class.
Oh, yes, I did improv. And here's the interesting thing. I took it for 2 years. And the first year, I felt like they were going to ask me not to come back. I was so inhibited. I was so bad.
Really?
I was so bad. And I thought, I'm going to be great at this.
I'm funny. I'm the funniest out of my
funny
group of
person.
friends.
That's right. And I got there, and the truth of the matter is, most of the people in it were not funny. But what they had, and I didn't have, was they were really good listeners. And if you know anything about improv, is you have to be a good listener because you have to feed off of what the person just said to you.
Right.
If you're thinking about what they said 2 lines ago, then you can't be funny because that was 2 lines ago.
Right.
So you have to really, really listen.
Oh, wow.
So by the second year, I learned that. And it's really helped me in life. I know you don't think I listen, but
I don't think you're funny either.
but it's really helped me in life.
That's
you know,
great.
life's
Yeah,
lesson.
yeah.
I've really learned to try to listen and be more present.
That's fantastic.
What?
Yeah. No, what is the thing they do in improv? Is it yes and? That's the.
That's one of them.
philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and then so you have to keep building.
Right.
And one of the things, a real no-no in improv, which you just did, is ask a question. You're not supposed to ask a question. You're supposed to lead into a question.
Right. Okay. Great. What have you learned about, what have you learned from working with people who have Parkinson's disease for the last 14 years?
Well, I've learned patience.
Uh-huh.
I've learned really triggered into, well, I want to go back to patience. I really triggered into allowing people to process. It's part of listening.
Uh-huh.
So now not only can I hopefully listen, but I allow people the time because now I understand Parkinson's better. It's not that you don't understand me necessarily, but it takes time to process. That's one of the symptoms of Parkinson's. So I've learned to be more patient and let that kind of sink in. And I've learned a whole community. I've learned something, about a whole new disease and a whole new community that I had nothing, no background at all. And I just found that I can be really helpful and beneficial and be fun with a whole new community and that I love.
Yeah.
So it's been great for me.
That's amazing. You said something about processing and made me think about this. You don't demand perfection at your classes at all. In fact, you go out of your way to allow for the opposite.
Yeah.
You tell people that, if they're not doing it right, it doesn't matter at all.
It doesn't matter. One of the things I love to say is, if you're doing it wrong, you're doing it right. Because think about it. You can't learn unless you're doing something wrong. If you're doing it right immediately, you haven't learned anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you're doing it wrong, but watching, processing, trying to figure it out, then you're learning and you're doing it right. Mm-hmm. So, the more you do it wrong, the more you're learning and you're doing it right. And I like to say there's no wrong in this. The only wrong is just not paying attention.
Yeah.
But if you're even saying the words,
right.
that means you're processing, you're remembering the pattern.
Yeah.
You may not be able to make that pattern, make your body do the pattern,
right.
but if you can say the pattern, then you're still learning. So, you're still getting some benefit.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great thing to think about, because I think the main thing about discouragement can be so... it kills motivation,
yes.
right? When people become discouraged and they're like, "Oh, I'm not any good at this."
Yeah, success is the biggest motivator,
right?
Right. So if you're good at something, you want to be better or help someone do it. So if you feel like you're successful because you've done it wrong, because you're trying, then you're going to try harder.
Yeah, and I always tell people, especially during your classes, hey, if they're new or something, I'll say, if you're really screwing up these exercises, just look over at me, a person who doesn't have Parkinson's, and I'm messing them up every turn,
Or really watch me because I mess up.
Yeah. But I think that's a powerful thing, especially with PD, being like, hey, nobody's perfect. We're moving together.
Right.
We are pushing ourselves.
Right.
But it's not about doing this aerobic sequence or this pattern
not a dance
perfectly.
class. It's not choreography.
Right.
It's exercise and movement.
Yeah. Well, and being in the world that we're in with Parkinson's, I sometimes have to remind myself and take stock of when I'm having a day where I'm not feeling the best, right? My body hurts, or I slept wrong and I'm stiff, or I didn't sleep very good. I was like, oh man, I would just like to take today off. I think about, that's how many people with Parkinson's feel every day.
Every day.
They feel stiff, they had a terrible night's sleep, and they're
foggy,
Yeah, and they're still getting out of their house and coming to the class. Or they're turning on their TV or their computer, and they're doing 40 minutes of exercise in their living room.
That's pretty impressive. It's really impressive.
It's inspiring.
It's inspiring.
Because you're like, well, I don't have any kind of neurological condition, and I chose to not exercise for 3 days or whatever, or was lazy. So, I think
good for you. You choose to do it as even, if it hurts, if you're tired, if everything is going wrong, you still make that choice.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing about exercise is like, usually you don't regret the choice. It's hard
you
to
regret
do
doing
sometimes.
it, but not when it's over.
Yeah, not when it's over, right?
Not when
Right.
it's over.
While you're doing it, you
We all hate it.
regret
I'm the
yeah.
only person I'm being honest. I think I'm the only person I know that likes to exercise. Everybody likes it when it's over,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean, most people do not like to exercise. That's just, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all about what you want out of it. There's definitely a glow that you have for the rest of the day after you really push yourself in exercise and stuff, and I like that feeling,
Right.
you know. But agreed, it's not the first 15 minutes of a run. I don't enjoy it, you know.
Yeah.
That's just like, you know, your knees and feet hurt and stuff like that.
That's why you have to run outside, because you can't just get off the treadmill.
Yeah,
If you run outside, you're halfway in the middle of the woods. You might as well just finish.
Right. Oh, that's great. Anything else you want to talk about today, Lauren? I feel like this has been a great getting to know you thing. As somebody who's known you for 2.5 years and talks to you almost every day, I feel like I've learned a lot, and I hope that the people at home who get to do your exercise, you know, got a bigger picture of Lauren, and hopefully deepens your appreciation for how the donuts are made. So, you know, it's been great.
Oh, we've got some cool.
Some questions.
Oh, I want to just say hello, and James. Hello, James. I'm glad you're enjoying this. And Dee Dee. Hello, Dee Dee and Sarah. Hi. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, we love our global community on YouTube, and glad to get to talk to Lauren and have this be an occasion why, if you like this or don't like it, put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. As I said, I respond to all of them.
Yeah. Stop interviewing Lauren. Who is booking these? Well, Lauren, thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you.
And thank you for.
I love you all. Let's finish the way I like to finish everything. It's over.